Speed is a force multiplier in the NFL. It could turn a 5-yard slant into a 70-yard touchdown.
Hill for the touchdown.
Or make a quarterback look like he's playing Madden on rookie mode. But true speed, the kind that changes games, is rare. Today, we're counting down the 10 fastest NFL players of all time. A mix of players who lit up the stopwatch and others who just looked untouchable when the pads came on. Let's get into it. Number 10, Cliff Branch. Before speed became a buzzword, Cliff Branch was the standard. Drafted by the Raiders in 1972, Branch was a track star turned wide receiver, once running a 9.3 second 100-yard dash. The kind of number that would still make scouts' jaws drop today. On the field, he brought that same Olympic-level burst to the silver and black. Defenses had to play 15 yards off of him, and it still didn't matter. Branch helped the Raiders win 3 Super Bowls, averaged nearly 18 yards per catch, and stretched defenses in ways the league had never seen before. He was the prototype. The original deep threat who made Al Davis just win baby offense possible. Number 9, DeSean Jackson. DeSean Jackson wasn't just fast, he was blindingly fast. He ran a 4.35 second 40-yard dash, but his real speed showed up on Sundays. The kind that made defenders take bad angles and fans hold their breath. From Cal to Philly, D-Jax turned short passes into fireworks and punt returns into viral moments. He went from a second-round pick to one of the NFL's most feared deep threats, leading the league in yards per catch multiple times and torching Pro Bowl corners for over a decade. Even late in his career, that first step still scared defenses. Flashy, confident, and unforgettable, DeSean Jackson's speed wasn't just measured by numbers, but by how many jaws he dropped every Sunday. Number 8, Devin Hester. If you ever wondered what fear looks like, watch a special teams unit line up against Devin Hester. You could feel the tension. One missed tackle and the game was over. At Miami, he was a pure athlete. In the NFL, he became a legend. 20 total return touchdowns, including 14 punt returns, both all-time records. He wasn't the fastest in a straight line, but his change of direction and acceleration were unreal. He'd hit top speed in 3 steps. Even the great Brian Urlacher once said, "When Devin gets the ball, I just look for someone to hug because I know it's 6." The man literally forced rule changes. That's how dangerous his speed was. Number 7, Willie Gault. Before Tyreek Hill, before Bo Jackson, there was Willie Gault, the original track star turned NFL wide receiver. Gault was part of the 1980 US Olympic team and ran a 9.83 second 100-meter dash. And when he got to the NFL, that speed translated. In 1985, he helped lead the Chicago Bears to a Super Bowl title, and even in an era built on defense, Gault's deep speed changed how teams played them. Opposing corners used to line up a full 10 yards off just to avoid getting burned, and even then, Gault's ability to accelerate late in routes made him impossible to predict. Defenders called it hidden gear, one extra burst when everyone else was out of gas. He went on to play for over a decade, averaging nearly 20 yards per catch and becoming one of the best long ball receivers of the 80s. Fun fact, even in his 50s, Willie was still competing in Masters track meets and still running under 11 seconds. Number 6, Randy Moss. When you talk about game speed, nobody in history looked faster than Randy Moss. Long strides, effortless acceleration. He didn't look like he was running until you realized everyone else was in slow motion. At 6'4", Moss could blow past corners who ran 4.3 second 40s. He once said he never ran a 40 officially, but teammates swore he could hit 4.25 seconds without trying. In his rookie year, he averaged 19 yards per catch and scored 17 touchdowns. basically breaking football. And that was just the start. What made Moss special wasn't just speed, it was timing. He knew exactly when to hit top gear. The moment a defender relaxed or peeked back for the ball, Moss hit the accelerator. It wasn't just athleticism, it was precision. Moss became a verb for a reason. Because no matter who you were, when Randy turned on the Jets, the race was already over. If you're loving this countdown, do us a favor and drop a like for the fastest players to ever do it. And comment your pick for who's the fastest player ever in the NFL. Let's see how many people say Bo Jackson or Tyreek Hill. Alright, let's get into the top 5. Number 5, Michael Vick. There's never been another quarterback like Michael Vick. He wasn't just mobile, he was terrifying. In 2001, Vick ran a 4.33 second 40-yard dash, the fastest ever by an NFL quarterback. But on the field, it looked even faster. That 46-yard overtime run versus the Vikings, still one of the most jaw-dropping plays in NFL history. Showed how he could turn a broken play into a highlight reel. Defenses had no answer. Linebackers were too slow. Safeties took bad angles. Michael Vick changed what teams thought a quarterback could be. And it wasn't just about top-end speed. It was agility, acceleration, and vision. When Vick escaped the pocket, he could make elite defenders miss in a phone booth. He was the kind of fast that made defensive coordinators lose sleep. And when Vick broke a tackle, you didn't chase him, you just prayed the camera could keep up. Number 4, Chris Johnson. CJ2K wasn't just a nickname, it was a warning. At the 2008 Combine, Chris Johnson ran a 4.24 second 40, setting the official record at the time. Then he backed it up by rushing for 2,006 yards the very next season. His acceleration was unreal. Once he hit the hole, good luck. Defenders would angle to cut him off and he'd just outrun the camera frame. Johnson's straight line burst made every carry a potential touchdown. And even today, when players run sub 4.3 40s, the comparison is always the same. He's fast, but is he Chris Johnson fast? Number 3, Tyreek Hill. Nicknamed the Cheetah, and for good reason. Tyreek Hill is the modern gold standard for NFL speed. 4.29 official 40, but his game speed is next level. Before the NFL, he was a legit track star, running in national meets and clocking a 20.14 second 200-meter dash, Olympic speed level. According to Next Gen Stats, he's hit over 23 miles per hour in multiple games, the kind of velocity you usually only see on the track. And he doesn't just use it to run deep. Hill's acceleration out of cuts, his stop-and-go burst, and his ability to turn short passes into long touchdowns are unmatched. When you watch him, it's not just fast, it's different. He's the closest thing to a cheat code in the modern NFL. Number 2, Bo Jackson. If you ever played Tecmo Bowl, you already know, Bo Jackson was a myth come to life. In college, he reportedly ran a 4.13 second 40-yard dash at 225 pounds. Numbers that don't even sound human. And on the field, it looked real. That 91-yard touchdown run versus Seattle, where he literally ran into the tunnel, is still one of the most replayed moments in NFL history. He was a two-sport phenomenon who made elite athletes look ordinary. Had his hip surgery not cut his career short, Bo might have owned every speed record in the book. There's never been another Bo. Number 1, Deion Sanders. Prime time, the flash, the confidence, and the speed. Deion Sanders could cover, return, and outrun anything that moved. He showed up to the combine in a business suit, didn't warm up, ran a 4.27 second 40, and then left the combine immediately afterward. That's how easy it was for him. Hear it from him here. In the NFL, he backed it up. Pick sixes, punt returns, and pure electricity. His closing speed as a corner was ridiculous. You'd think a receiver was open, then out of nowhere, Primetime was there with the ball going the other way. He was the embodiment of swagger and speed. Nobody combined athleticism and showmanship like Deion Sanders. And that's why he's the fastest NFL player of all time. Speed comes and goes, but legends last forever. Who do you think should have made this list? Drop your pick in the comments, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the NFL's most legendary players, past and present. This is Pro Kickoff US, and we'll see you on the next one.